What is going on, people? It is February 17th. Today we're going to talk about something extremely important, and that is how you can utilize lending and borrowing, basically not your money, to grow your account, to grow your portfolio. And that's something that always happens in traditional markets. If you go to a bank, that's what wealthy investors or wealthy real estate investors usually do. They don't always just use their own capital. They collateralize their houses, or they collateralize their assets or their stocks or shares, so they can borrow some money from the bank or some whatever institutions they're in. They take that money, go invest it somewhere else. They go mortgage a new house, and then keep on growing their assets or buying more assets without really utilizing their own capital. So it's not something new. I'm not inventing fire here. I'm just showing you how we can do that, because with DeFi, it's pretty easy and accessible on the Tectonic platform. I made a video about Tectonic before, but this video I want to give you a solid strategy. One of the solid strategies that I am planning on, in the near future, starting to use overall, and that's something that you can use as well. But there's aggressive strategies, there's more reserve strategies, and there's something a bit balanced in between, and that's what this strategy is all about, basically. So this is the Tectonic platform. You guys are pretty familiar with it. This is the markets. We can put in our shares or whatever. If you own Bitcoin, ETH, TONIC, or CRO. I'm gonna focus on CRO, and I'm gonna give you, by the way, if you guys don't know, be careful if you are using the TONIC section here. The collateral factor is gonna drop to from 55% to 20%. So if you are if you have some sort of a loan, or if you're using TONIC as a collateral, be careful, because every day, I think, or every day, is gonna reduce the collateral factor to 3%, meaning that you're gonna be having to either add 3% TONIC to your collateral, so you can offset this, or by I guess if it's 3% every day from 55, so maybe within, I would say, 10 days or less, you will need to, your collateral factor is dropping to 20%, so you're gonna have to add collateral more to your TONIC so you don't get liquidated. So again, with Crypto.com, we have the supply APY and the borrow APY. What I'm looking here, let's just say, you guys know that we've been accumulating CRO for such a long time. I'm planning on holding my CRO for the next 5 to 10 years, if not more. I'm holding this for the long term. I don't want to sell or buy anything, but I can use it so I can borrow money. So, we've been accumulating for such a long time. We'll start seeing that, Crypto.com starts to move upwards, now moving upwards heavily. We started reaching some sort of a peak. If you guys watched my previous videos, this was clearly a peak. We're saying that Crypto.com, I was telling people not to buy at this stop here, because there's definitely a drop coming. Everything's been pumping heavy, so we got to keep an eye out on the market as well, get some sort of a sentiment. If you want to play this game, you got to keep an eye out on the market and not be too aggressive, because the market will teach you the hard way. So again, it reaches it to the top. If I'm buying it here somewhere at 12 or 10 cent region, I just made a 10x. I'll grab that my CRO, and I'll grab half of whatever CRO I have. And the reason why is the other half, I'll show you. We're going to use that some sort of a risk mitigation technique. But when it gets to the top here, let's just say I have, $2,000 worth of CRO at the top. I will come here. I'll use 1,000 only as a collateral. I'll put it right here. And I will, I will earn some rewards on it. It says here something that's very important is your collateral factor, meaning that, I can only take 80% of what my current value of Crypto.com is, but we're not going to take the full 80%. We're only going to use 10 to 20%, and that's pretty much it, because you do that over time for the next couple of years, maybe 5 years, and I want to utilize the market like that along the way to grow my portfolio overall, right? I'm not trying to get rich overnight here. So let's say I put in $1,000 worth of CRO when it was at the top, 80%. So I'm maybe taking, let's say, $200 only, right? This could be, even if you have $10,000, now that means you can take $2,000 dollars only. So basically, I take 20% only in terms of what my collateral factor is. Let's say that's $200. And now, with that being said, my reason for taking that collateral, for taking that loan, is because I'm waiting for this to drop, and then wait for some sort of a support level where we think the market is going to start reversing soon, or where buyers or sellers have been exhausted from the market. Why? Because I'm trying to, with whatever money I'm trying to take out, with that $200, I'm trying to accumulate more CRO. So when I go here, I provided my Crypto.com as a collateral. I will go back. Now I can take up to, let's say, $800, but I'm only going to take $200. I'll go to my USDT here. I will have to pay 3.45% Plus, on top of that, I'm also going to earn 5.8% in terms of TONIC. If you guys notice, TONIC's price has been really flying. It did, I think, a 4x since the midway through January, I'm sorry. So it's pretty important to keep that in mind. And with Crow here, while, I supplied it to the market, I'm lending it to the market. I don't even need to take a loan or anything. Just because I'm lending it to the market, I'm actually earning 8.37% Crow. And on top of that, I'm earning 11.57% of the TONIC token, which is also, backed by Particle B, co-founded by the co-founder of Crypto.com. So overall, the system, I'm earning the coins that I actually like on the Kronos chain. So again, I will go here, I will go to, let's say, USDT or DAI or USDC, whatever the case might be. I will take those stable coins. I will take $200 only, and I will keep it, right? Now, because I'm waiting for the market to reverse, that usually takes a month or two, depending on whatever the market is doing. I'm not just going to sit around and not use that money. I want to grow that $200 as well. I will either go to VVS Finance. I will either go to, maybe to the farms. What I recommend is you actually go provide liquidity for, USDC, USDT, because there's no permanent loss. We're playing this the balanced way, right? We're being very patient here. We're not trying to be aggressive. We can go to USDT, USDC, earn some sort of APR on it, 10.36% here, and my camera turned off. And yeah, or I can go to, let's say, if you want to go to if I want to go and earn from the actual mines, I can go and earn VVS. I can go and earn single, tonic, whatever you want to do. Provide some sort of liquidity or farming in general, just to grow that $200 without having to actually lose anything, right? So again, I think the best way to go about it is USDT to USDC. It's the most stable and is the most, least risk associated with it, right? So along the way here, we're keeping an eye out on the market. We're seeing what's happening. One thing you guys got to keep in mind is the actual, so every time we take some sort of a loan, there's something called the lava bar. And I showed you guys in the previous video, you got to make sure that that's not full. And that lava bar is basically telling us how close we are to getting liquidated. Because like I said before, this collateral factor is extremely important. If Crypto.com goes down to like to the 10 cents, then the value of the Crypto.com that I put in, it was at 1,000 at the top there. I took 200. Maybe when it drops to the 20 cents, let's say, or something like that, that as soon as it drops below the 20 cents, then they're going to take my crow. They're going to liquidate my position and take it. Why? Because, that's the risk associated with this, right? So that's why we're only taking 10 to 20%. Why? Because if you take 80%, then as soon as crow drops below maybe the 80-cent region or the 75-cent region, you're out of the market. You have to pay back your collateral. Is not enough for you to borrow anymore or borrow that money you had anymore. So it starts to drop. Our collateral, whatever we took for lending, is actually already low, so we're not risking too much. And not only that, if you guys remember the 50% remaining that I told you about, we're also planning on continuing to hold that regardless. Then along the way, once we start seeing if Crypto.com continues to drop heavily, you would also go again here and increase your collateral. You add your Crypto.com into this region, and you'll supply more and more, so you don't actually get liquidated. You're holding your Crypto.com anyways. You don't want to lose it. And with this one here, I think this is the most or least riskiest play, so you don't have to really lose money. Other people would prefer it. They think the market is about to really go up at these lower levels. They just want to load up on double or triple their Crypto.com. You can also do that as well, but again, it's risky, and we're playing the long-term game here. That's, I think, where wealthy people are made. So again, that's what it is, right? You take a loan at the top, you don't take too much, you only use 50% of your crow. As it goes down, we're getting rewards as we wait for the market to actually start looking like it's going to reverse. And not only that, once it gets to some sort of a nice price or to the bottom, we take that $200 or whatever we had, or with the 20%, and we'll buy more crow at the bottom here. Grab that crow. We think, if we're thinking here at 20% region or 33-cent region, we got a nice, almost triple the 2x or something like that, or 3x the amount of money to take us, let's say, to the dollar. We can grow that 200 3 times, depending, that's all, depending on what the market does. But I can take that crow and again, go right back here and again, come back and supply to the market one more time and increase my Crypto.com holdings. And as we go more and more, the more we can over collateralize, and the more, the least riskiest it becomes, since we are actually growing the amount of money, and that's pretty much it for me. So I think this is a very, the least riskiest play. And the least amount of loan you can take out, the better it is. Because these market swings are something that you got to keep in mind, and you got to keep in mind what your collateral is while we're here, because you don't want to get liquidated. So again, I'll leave the white paper in the description below for you to read on it. There's something that you shouldn't just jump in as free money. You go in and you start buying whatever you want to buy like it's nothing. No, you have to be able to look at the market. You already loaded up your holdings. You're sitting back, relaxing, and you're just lending and borrowing, earning interest as you go by, and increasing your holdings once the market looks like it's going to reserve. You're having some dry powder, some money on the side for you to actually buy back the market and accumulate more and more of your favorite coin. Maybe at one point Tectonic will add VVS, they'll add more and more coins. Who knows? But again, for the time being, that's my quote unquote stable moderate risk to reward ratio strategy to go about this using Tectonic. I have more and more strategies. Maybe you're more aggressive. I'll make a video about this as well, how I'm actually planning on going you can actually even double or triple your money depending on how you actually play around with it. But again, there's something that happens every day. Everybody utilizes mortgages, collateralized assets, and shares overall. And there's not something new, so I'm not really taking any kind of credit for this. But I just want to bring it to your perspective. Overall, Tectonic is definitely something that I'm gonna utilize this tool to grow my portfolio overall. And I love to see it's on the Kronos chain. CrowFam, this is what we're all about here, guys. So again, let me know in the comment section below, what you think or how you would go about this. And again, man, if you guys like these videos, I'll make a series of how to lend and borrow to grow your portfolio in a more aggressive way, or the least amount of risk that we know we're not losing money whatsoever on it. It's only a matter of growing. So again, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. Sorry we haven't really been putting a lot of videos recently. We've been really going, we've been studying the market a lot, and we just keep on trying to improve our upload speed and all that. So appreciate you guys for continuing to watch, continuing to support us. I love you guys, and the support's been overwhelming, man. So appreciate all of you. Have a good day, or a good night, or a good afternoon, whatever you are. Stay positive, stay smart, stay safe. Never give your seed phrases to anybody, and beware of scammers in the comments, man. I hate them. Thank you guys for watching.